Oh boy. Hi guys. I know I said that I was not streaming today, but I had a shoot that I was supposed to be doing tonight that was canceled. We are doing I told you the Darina, Steph, and I have been working on something, and Cameron Rice, who a lot of you guys know, was doing a photo shoot with us tonight, but he was not able to make it because he was going to the Elizabeth Warren rally and was asked to take pictures there. So totally understand, but I did just go get my hair done. Thoughts on my new blonde? How's it looking, guys? I don't know why I just shook my head like that. That was totally bizarre, but my girl Brie Rice is the best. I love her, and I have no makeup on, and I'm just posting this video on Patreon, and we got a lot to talk about today. Not all great things, but things that I think are worth discussing and kind of diving into what we think and how we feel we should be handling things as a society. And yeah, a lot to really break down and go over, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on certain things and tell you how I'm feeling. I don't think anybody has the answers for a lot of this stuff, but we definitely could try to figure it out together. So thank you guys for joining me live on the stream on this Monday at 4:30. I used to stream at this time, but then Riley started streaming at like 5:30, so I stopped streaming because I didn't want to overlap with him. But this is the only time I could stream today, so I'm excited to be back in my home slot, my later slot instead of the earlier slot. I like this much better, and I'm just happy that you guys are here with me. I do want to talk about, as I mentioned, the Timothy Hutton situation. Situation is a strange word. The rape allegations that are coming out as we speak right now, and breaking down that BuzzFeed article, BuzzFeed News, which broke this story. I also want to talk about Bachelorette, as this is giving me this is wild. I'm confused about the Bachelorette and what the rules are and all that stuff, and they announced a new one today, but it wasn't somebody from this season, and she's 38, and apparently America's like freaking out about that. So that's kind of wild. And we did talk Schmodown a bit, but I do want to talk Schmodown towards the end of the stream also. So yeah, just a ton of stuff to go over today. Don't forget, if you're in here live right now, thumbs up this video, subscribe. We did not hit our Matrix subscribe amount. Yesterday was the last day to do it, so I guess I'm not going to be watching the Matrix anytime soon. Victory for me, kinda. And streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. That is the best way to financially support me right now, and I could really use your guys' help. I appreciate it. And you guys are absolutely amazing. Also, right here in the super chat as well works. And yeah, let's get right into it. Okay. I'm looking at Cap Levi's thing that he confused Timothy Hutton with Timothy Dalton. Yeah, don't confuse them for this, because it is not. Also, shout out, guys, to Jake Yacovetta, Matthew Gold, my amazing moderators who are in here right now. This is gonna be a tough conversation, so let's keep everybody in check, because I really want to talk about how we should be handling these things as a society, and what we believe is the right way to go about it when we are a society who's deemed innocent until proven guilty, but these allegations that are coming out in the Me Too movement do not follow that same standard, and I don't know that they should, but I don't know that they shouldn't. So breaking this one down, BuzzFeed News ran an article today from a model, or an ex-model, named Sarah Johnston, who says when she was 14 years old that Timothy Hutton, who is currently on a Fox show called Almost Family, saying that he raped her when she was 14. And she also, after the allegations came out, they didn't state that this is why, but the show, which only ran for one season, was canceled. So you would have to assume the things coming out a couple hours after each other had to do with one another, the allegations and the canceling of the show. But looking at this article, there are a lot of details. Timothy Hutton and his team are vehemently denying this claim. They are saying that this is not true, that he has never met her, and that she was after his money. And he has some evidence to show that she was at some point after money of his. But let's break this down so that we can go over what actually happened and talk about in a civilized manner what we think we should be doing when there are situations like this, as more of them keep surfacing, because for so long situations like this were not talked about in Hollywood, because you couldn't come out and say anything of the sort, or you would be called a diva or not be able to work again. So in this, the article, they have the subtitle that says, Sarah Johnston says that she's a survivor who just wants to speak her truth. His representatives say she's a liar who just wants money. The trio of junior high girls had only been chatting with Timothy Hutton for a little while when he suggested they join him and his friends at his hotel. It was 1983 in Vancouver, and for Sarah Johnston, 14 years old and already a working actor, it was a dream, a chance to hang out with her Oscar-winning idol who was in town to shoot the movie Iceman. As for what guys in their 20s might want out of girls her age, she didn't give it much thought. Quote, it was like we were entertaining them. Cute. We were funny. You know what I mean? End quote, Johnston told BuzzFeed News. When they got to Hutton's room, she said the situation didn't seem so innocent anymore. Johnston recalled Hutton and his friends offering the girls drinks. She nervously took a seat near the television. Hutton sat down next to her. Quote, he was getting very close to me, like, really kind of sidling up to me and petting my legs and stuff. I was just like, I think this is going to be bad. I was really wrong about this. End quote. Johnston doesn't remember how she was led to Hutton's bedroom, but said he asked whether she had ever had sex. Another man, Hutton's friend, came into the room. Johnston said she told them things like, quote, I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think my mother would be too happy about this. She said she wanted to leave. To everything, I would say it'll be okay, it won't last long, and you'll be fine. Hutton was kissing her neck. Johnston said she felt frozen in fear. This goes on, the article goes on to describe the situation. It says that she begged him not to. It says that both he who was raping her and his friend was forcefully, which is rape, putting his dick in her mouth. So there was two of them. And she describes him getting up to get Vaseline at one point as a lubricant, and goes into extreme details. Hutton completely denied it. In a statement from his lawyers, he said he will not spend a minute dignifying these allegations, as they are patently false and designed to only extort money from him. As for her story, he says she has provided salacious, heinous, and graphic details of this made-up sexual encounter that supposedly occurred 36 years ago. Although these were disgusting details any smut fiction writer could conjure up, there is no evidence to support them. Hutton's attorney said that Johnston's facial story is fabricated and contains patently false, scurrilous, and defamatory statements. To counter her claims, Hutton has enlisted 2 law firms and 3 spokespeople. The actor's representative had provided BuzzFeed News with an extensive array of information, including a 91-page letter, which they said that letter could not be quoted, meant to discredit Johnston and halt this article, which obviously did ultimately come out. The substance of their argument, says BuzzFeed, was Johnston is a liar who's trying to shake Hutton down. As proof, they cite the fact that she didn't raise the issue until 2017, which is 34 years after she claims the incident took place, and when she did raise it, she hired a lawyer to pursue a financial settlement rather than going to the police. They point to the fact that she had no eyewitnesses to the alleged assault, and most damning of all, they said, is the fact that last March, an ex-boyfriend of hers reached out to the man she said assaulted her alongside Hutton and offered to personally broker some sort of deal. Johnston agreed that her friend's actions looked bad. She said, quote, it put me in a very difficult situation. But as for seeking a financial settlement, Johnson points out that Hutton did, in fact, agree to a payment. He agreed to $135,000, which was far less than what they asked for, which was $1.5 million. And after signing the initial documents, she walked away from the deal, and she said she couldn't stomach the terms of the agreement, which included Hutton's denial that anything had happened at all. Hutton's representative said she was mad because she wasn't getting more money. Johnson, who is now 50 and does go by the name Lauren, said what happened that night at the Denman Palace Inn in downtown Vancouver has colored every area of my life. The story continues. So it's just the fact that this story came out and then the show was canceled the same day. There has to be, it's not a coincidence, that has to be one, causation. And I think it's very challenging to look at a situation like this and try to figure out what we should do if these things are coming up. Should we not be a cancel culture until somebody goes to trial? Do we trust our judicial system when it comes to sexual assault? As many people, especially when it's this far after, are not able to prove something like that. And I'm pretty sure the statute of limitation, although this is opening back up, but often that does affect it. What do we think? I'm very conflicted because she is saying this happened, and my initial instinct is to believe people. And people always say believe women, but really my initial instinct is to believe accusers, because especially when it comes to sexual assault, it's so hard to come forward on something like this and to risk your life, your career, people's trust in you. And it is the lowest rate, I forget how to exactly say this, but of false accusations. It's the lowest percentage of false accusations of any other crime. And I mean, there's a special place in hell for people who accuse people of sexual assault that are not telling the truth, because they make it so fucking hard for the rest of people. So my initial instinct is to believe people. But when there is not proof, although I think somebody's word is partial proof, and he is saying this 1000% did not happen, to cancel the show prior to some kind of investigation, a police investigation or something, or a second person coming out, or just any kind of details, seems to be what society is doing nowadays. And that is a dangerous place to be. And I don't know that I have the solution for what we should be doing or how to fix the problem. But I don't want people thinking they can just get away with raping somebody, and unless there is physical proof, which oftentimes there's not, because if you do not go to a doctor within 48 hours, you lose physical proof most of the times, which the last thing you want to do after one of those things, after a sexual assault, is go to the doctors. I think that is not what the first thing on your mind is. It's hard to provide physical proof. It's a very hard crime to prove. So what? People should just get away with it because there isn't proof? But then again, should people be able to just accuse people without any kind of proof and have that destroy people's lives? It's just very, very hard. So I'm curious what you guys think. I'm looking right now, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, also right here in the chat. I'm going to read off of some of the stuff that you guys are talking about. Okay, so Jake from State Farm says she's lying, I know. And Jake Yakoveta, thank you for deleting that. But like, that's the reason why we have to believe people, because there's people like you out there who just assume women are lying. And that's fucked up. That's fucked up, that there are people in this country and on this planet who just assume automatically because you have a vagina that you're lying. Or assume because somebody's famous that they're not capable of it. And that's incredibly fucked up. And that's one of the reasons that I go so hard against that. Sean Quinn says, when there's an accusation, the person should be suspended, not fired, till most or all facts come out. It's hard to suspend somebody from a TV show because they've already shot those things, but I hear you. Eric Stevenson says, the thing that will be a determination here, if there are other accusers that come forward, based on her description of the event, it doesn't sound like this was the first time he did this. Eric, I agree with that, based on her description, but that doesn't mean people will come forward, even if it has happened to other people, because people are scared, or people will see the things that they're saying about this woman, and they'll say, and they're scared that they'll say those things about those people. But I do agree, this didn't sound like a first-time offense, and it sounded like a repeat thing. But that doesn't mean those people will come forward. Why did he agree to pay if he never met her? Innocent people don't pay. The Bat T, on the to play devil's advocate on that, sometimes it costs you a lot more to go to court and to pay a lawyer for so much time than it does just to settle. Even if you're not guilty, you're right, in theory, innocent people don't pay, but in actuality, it's, you know, people don't want things getting out there, and you know that if your name is out there and attached to #MeToo at this point, it really will ruin your career. And so he probably was trying to avoid that. I'm not saying he didn't do it, but that might be why somebody would agree to pay. Emmanuel says, yeah, you're right, Rox. Too many times women aren't trusted over their allegations. Women lying happens in a small percentage of time. Totally. Simply Emily says, I always think of the other people no one thinks about. How many people lose their jobs, reputations get ruined. However, I still think everyone should be heard. Yeah, I think about that as well. Like everybody on that TV set. And I don't know why the show was canceled. I don't know how the show was even doing, but a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people. A lot of great people, I'm sure. A lot of innocent people. A lot of people who aren't being accused of rape. And by the way, raping a 14-year-old. Mark Woodvine says, the almost famous thing is a specific situation since the premise of the show is about him committing sexual misconduct, if not sexual assault. Yes, but we've seen this happen in the past. It's not just about shows about that, but the second somebody is accused, like Aziz Ansari, where everything started getting canceled, and then he was able to show that maybe he was not being the best of guys, but he definitely didn't sexually assault anybody. Let's see. Court fees are awful, says BlackRock Wednesday. That's for sure. Absolutely. I've not been watching, and unfortunately, I have been watching, unfortunately, it's not very good, says James Kimmel, so maybe the show is going to get canceled anyway. Yeah, Take On of The Source says the show had been moved to Saturday. It was going to be canceled anyway. Yeah, I'm not surprised that it was going to be canceled anyway, but it's just to cancel it on the same day, a couple hours later, in the wake of this. It's pretty telling. It's pretty telling. Very depressing topic right now, I have to say. Andrew releases Snyder Cut. Yeah, we will not talk about this the entire stream, don't worry. And by the way, whatever you guys want to talk about today, it's going to definitely be more of an Ask Me Anything type of day. So make sure you do in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, and in the Super Chat. We are without Streamlabs or Super Chat on today's show so far, but I swear I'll change the topic to whatever it is that you guys want to talk about, and anything that you guys, questions you have, comments, if you just want to tell me how amazing my new hair is. Still no compliments on it yet. Look at this, it's all blonde. I'm going less icy because I need healthier hair. My hair was so fried, so I also got a couple inches cut off of it, which is very sad because I hate cutting my hair. Mark Woodbine says, poor Roxy. I know it's not poor Roxy. Thank you guys. Myra Marin, who got canceled now. See, even that question alone, like that's how we look at it as a society, but it's like, I know, every day, somebody else. And like, I'm not saying that Timothy Hutton didn't do this. Chances are, again, based on statistics, if somebody's accusing him of doing this, chances are he did this. Because it is the lowest rate of false accusations they have found. But that doesn't mean that he did or didn't. Javon, where's the proof though? Let me ask you this legitimately. Until one of you guys has me talk about something else, I'm going to talk about this. Let me ask you this legitimately. And you say, where's the proof? So Trayvon, what you're implying is that at 14 years old, after being raped, she was supposed to have the wherewithal to go to the hospital, get a DNA sample taken from her vagina after being sexually assaulted by 2 men, and to put that and to get that sample to the police. Because that's what proof, that's the only form of proof that she could have. That's it. So when you say, where's the proof? Unless you think that that is a legitimate ask of somebody who is 14 and has just been sexually assaulted. I mean, that's what it would be. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. PC says, just wanted you to know you were great in Atlanta. Free for all, can't wait. Thank you, PC. That's a much lighter topic. Hell yeah, Schmodown Atlanta. I talked about that all day yesterday. And I can't wait for the free for all also. Still trying to figure everything out. Talked to Christian for a while today. Still trying to figure it out. Yeah. I'm excited about all things Schmodown right now. All things Schmodown. Weston says ridiculous trauma would make that next to impossible. Jenny Lawson says she would be too traumatized at that age. I would be. Rob K says maybe he threatened her if she talked. Ryan says yes, she should go home and tell her mother what they did to her and go to the police. Ryan, we're not talking about what somebody should do. And obviously that must be coming from somebody, and I'm sorry to assume this, and if I'm mistaken, then you let me know, but who has never been sexually assaulted before. To tell somebody what they should do at 14 years old after being traumatized like that. I mean, at fucking 14. That's a ridiculous comment. Ugh. Disgusting. 14-year-old would not be in the right mind to do anything. Of course, Jamie's video. Of course. Of course not. Of fucking course not. Anybody who says otherwise is... I don't understand. I really don't. I truly, really don't understand. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Going in the Streamlabs so that you guys don't get upset with me talking about important shit all day. I know most of these streams we talk about funny shit, and that's what you guys are more used to, but I try to use my streams to actually talk about things that matter to me. Chris Hall says, loved meeting you in Atlanta, had a blast with Robert Parker, doing magic tricks with everyone. My wife loves sitting with you. Thank you for all the amazing content. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you saying something. Yeah, watching Robert Parker do magic was pretty incredible. It was pretty incredible, I must say. So I loved that as well. In the super chat, NFL Caleb 22, thank you so much. Myra Marin says, I know someone who was abused when they were 14. They didn't talk about it until years later, which is incredibly understandable. You're traumatized. I mean, when you go, it's a different situation, but same it's trauma. You think when somebody goes to war, immediately they're ready to talk about it right after? Crazy. Susie Easton, my girl. Like, imagine if y'all, mean commenters, had a 14-year-old daughter. Would you accuse her of lying? I know. But I still don't know as a society what we should do. if those people should lose their jobs immediately, if they should be put on suspension, if it should be innocent until proven guilty, if how our justice system should be able to prove things guilty. It's totally something that I think about nonstop all the time and feel like I have not found a fucking answer for. Don't know the solution. Don't know if there is one. Don't know if there ever will be one. Maybe a man, a very wise man can help us. John Roca in the house, y'all. John Roca, you're joining me on one of my darker streams as we're talking about Timothy Hutton and the rape allegations and what we should do as a society when we are a country who's founded on innocent until proven guilty, but people are getting away with horrible things and when your show should be canceled and whatnot. So welcome to the conversation, John. You got in on a good time. He says, I can tell from the lighting, dark in there. Is it? I feel like it's so bright right now. I've got the ring light blasting. Maybe I need to get the house lights going on too. Speaking of which, John, we have to text so we can figure out when you can come sit next to me and hang. John and I both were talking about this as John has been live streaming in the mornings. I think he's on at 8 in the morning, very early. So you guys have to go check him out and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Is it just Outlaw? What is it? Let me see. I'm subscribed, so I'll find it right now. Outlaw Nation. I'm going to put a link in the description for you guys right now. By the way, he has 12,000 subscribers, and he's trying to get to 20 as well. So let's get both of us there as soon as we can, y'all. Mornings with the Outlaw. Why is it John Kane 70? What is John Kane 70, Roca? He says it's weird. What is that? John Kane 70. By the way, anybody who's in here live right now, send bunnies if you love John Roca. Let's send some love his ways. 8:30 a.m. is when his show is. Send bunnies for John. It's supposed to be John Roca Says, but it's not. It's John Kane Roca. Cain and Abel. Interesting. Bunny's coming in from Darren Batten, NFL Caleb 22, Zeno Hour, Jenny Lawson, Juan Mendez, Chris Lemchi. John says YouTube is weird. Don't I fucking know it? It is weird. Emmanuel says I'm subscribed to Roca. Love your channel. Garth McMurray, King Spark Cow, hell yeah. Myra Marin in the super chat. Switching topics when you have a moment. I think I have all the moments. Today I told you guys it's totally an AMA kind of day. Ask me anything. But who are you going to vote for now, since a lot of people dropped out over the weekend? I was going to vote for Mayor Pete, but I now don't know who to vote for. This has been a whole fucking thing on the internet today. Everybody trying to get Elizabeth Warren to drop out of the race and endorse Bernie Sanders. I mean, don't even get me fucking started on the entitlement of asking Elizabeth Warren to go and endorse Bernie Sanders. I really respect what Pete Buttigieg did. I loved him as a candidate. Elizabeth Warren was going to get my vote regardless, but Pete was the second choice for me, and my family is all endorsing Pete. I think he was awesome, a great candidate, qualified, respectable. I really, really like him. I think the fact that he dropped shows what a patriot he is, that he felt like he was not able to, was taking away votes from people, other viable candidates, and I think he felt that he was helping Bernie Sanders win because he was splitting with Biden and Warren. And ultimately, I don't think that he wants Bernie Sanders to win because I don't think he thinks that Bernie Sanders can beat Donald Trump. This is all speculation, but this is my opinion on the situation. And I agree. I do not believe that Bernie Sanders can beat Donald Trump. And here's the deal. It's not that I dislike Bernie, but everybody, all of the Bernie people out there who want Bernie to win the primary, I get it. You support him, and that's fine. And you love his ideas, and you think it's great to have free this and free that, and that is great for some people, and I understand where you guys are coming from. But the problem I have with Bernie Sanders supporters sometimes is that if Bernie does not win we're kind of damned if we do, damned if we don't. If Bernie wins the primary, then all of his supporters will be happy and they will vote for him, but I don't know that he's capable of beating Trump. If Bernie loses the primary, then Bernie's supporters just don't show up to the polls. They decide it seems like the other Democratic supporters, people who are supporting Warren, people who are supporting Biden, everybody seems to be under the same agreement that they will vote Dem no matter what, but they are rooting for their person. Bernie's people are not like that. It's not that they'll vote Dem no matter what. They want Bernie or bust. And that's frustrating. And obviously this is a vast generalization, but I think that that's very telling. Jorge says, that's not true, I'll vote whoever the nominee. If that's not Bernie, then that's great, and you're not the person I'm talking about. But on Twitter today, the amount of people who said, I'm either voting for Bernie or Trump was egregious. And it's like, you really, over voting for Elizabeth Warren, you'll vote for Trump? If Bernie doesn't get it, you're going to vote for Trump instead of Elizabeth Warren. That doesn't even make sense with their ideas, with their beliefs. That doesn't make any sense to me. Very frustrating. And I don't dislike Bernie. I just don't like that aspect, and it seems to be upsetting me. So I know it's upsetting me. Who am I voting for? I think that Elizabeth Warren has a hard road in front of her. She's been my candidate that I've backed from day one. I love her. Obviously, I'm from Massachusetts, so that helps. I met her when I was younger. I started looking up to her at an early age. And when I was 15, I met her. And I respect her. I took that quiz with you guys on one of my streams where I answered all 20 questions about where I lied with which candidates, and she was the one that I agree with on the most stuff. So for a bajillion reasons, I also find her to be incredibly qualified. When people say she's not qualified, that's a ridiculous statement. She's one of the only people running who is actually qualified to be president. But I am bummed about Pete because I think he would have made a great president as well. And especially with right now, I think people vote how they feel, what the things that affect them are. So, you can vote with your wallet, you can vote with your heart, you can vote based on gay rights, you can vote based on stem cell research, you can vote based on, there's a bajillion different things, and you kind of just weigh them out. Something that's really affected me, my family, my life is the opioid crisis. And, Elizabeth Warren coming out and saying that she was going to deal with this like it was a legitimate health crisis and tackle the issue as such was very important to me as well. Same thing with what she said she's going to do with immigration, very important to me as well. Different things that have affected my life and my family. So I understand that different people have different thoughts on why they're voting which way. And I will vote for Bernie at the end of the day if he is the person who wins the primary. But Elizabeth Warren definitely has my vote as of now. And let's see if she can pull this one through. Let's see if she can. Thank you for the question, Mayra. And also thank you for the second super chat that you sent, but you retracted your message. So now I don't know what you said, and I wonder what it was. Also, John Roca, who are you voting for? Just curious. I don't know if we've spoken about that at all. Very, very curious. Let us to know. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. From Glenn Caesar. Glenn, the most generous person on the planet. He says, hey, Roxy, here's another one of the first donations of the night to help kick your week off right. Love you, Roxy, and your newly dyed hair looking good. Hashtag Rockstars Band. Yes, Modown Atlanta and the Rockstars getting first their victory was great. Hashtag Rockstars Rule. Thank you. I appreciate that. It was a great night. You rock, and thank you for being one of the first donations of the night. Thank you guys to anybody in the super chat and the streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, and also just in the chat in general. Don Stiletto in the Streamlabs says, congratulations on the win in Atlanta. The Candyman trailer was good. However, that song really pulled me out of it, but seeing Tony Todd as Candyman again is great. 74 Days Until Spiral, the book of Saw. I am so excited for this Saw movie. I'm very excited. We'll see how it is, but my expectations are high going into it. Chris Hall in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Do you know who Alex is playing next? I have heard that Roca wants his ass. Is that true, John? Or are you saying the soundbite? I do not know. I do not know. It's going to depend on who wins. People got to catch up a little bit. So I'm not sure who he's playing next in IG. We will see. We'll see. It'll be based off of what the commissioner wants, what Christian wants, and who's winning, and all of that stuff. Also, don't forget, guys, to the 130 plus people in here live right now, like this video, thumbs up. Don't forget to tell your friends, #Rockstars, subscribe, all that great stuff. I think we lost our friend John Roca. Mayra Marin said, "I totally agree with you about Bernie supporters." Yeah, again, it's a vast generalization. It's a huge generalization, and I don't mean to generalize like that. So it's not all of them, but it's a lot of Bernie supporters, and especially the ones that are vocal on Twitter. If you look at some of the Bernie hashtags right now, you know what I'm talking about. Let's go into, because we've spoken about some dark, fucked up things today, let's talk about something a little bit lighter, the new Bachelorette. So, the new Bachelorette, everybody, this is a wild situation. If you don't watch The Bachelorette, it really doesn't matter because this is brand new. Today on Good Morning America, a girl that was around multiple seasons ago, I guess like almost 6 years ago, Juan Pablo's season, who was that dickhead, you guys remember. It was just announced to be The Bachelorette. She went on the season when she was 32. She is now 38, which will be the oldest Bachelorette, I believe, that they've had. They typically go with people a lot younger. And in fact, this season on The Bachelor, the 3 people who are left right now are all under 25 years old. Very, very young. And super duper ready for marriage, apparently. So it's kind of wild. I think it's great. I don't know this woman at all. I didn't watch her seasons. She was on Winter Games and all these other Bachelor shows, Bachelor in Paradise and stuff. Apparently she got famous because she was talking to a raccoon at one point. Again, I don't know any of this stuff. I'm learning it as you guys are learning it. But she brings like a nice maturity, and I'm excited to see what the show could be like when it's adults, because this season has been so catty, so bitchy. I've told you guys about all the girl on girl crime that's taken place on the show, and it really stresses me out and makes me frustrated to be a woman watching these women hate on other women. So I'm excited for this this girl, and I hope she finds love. She's clearly looking, continues to look. It was interesting on Good Morning America today. They asked her, "What is the most important thing you're looking for in a man?" And she said, "Somebody who's willing to take off his armor." So, like she says, somebody who is willing to be vulnerable. And I thought that was interesting, like thinking about what is the most important thing that you're looking for in your partner. I don't think that's mine. It's not that being vulnerable is a bad thing, but I feel like if somebody asked what is the most important thing, what would you guys say? So you got one word, one thing, the most important thing in looking for a partner. What is it? And hers is vulnerable. You get one thing, the most important thing. I think mine is loyal. I think my number one most important thing is loyal. Because it encompasses a lot of things. And if the one word they are is loyal, first of all, I'm not just talking about like being faithful, like cheating, but yes, there's that, but also like they are loyal to you. They are never gonna like not have your back and always gonna see things through with you and never gonna talk crap and gonna support your decisions, like loyal. I think that's mine. King Sport Cal says trust. Weston Iris says selflessness. Chris Hall says Gucci. Jenny Lawson says respect. Darren Batten, stability. Shy Chodhuri says authenticity. Carly Perkins, compassion. Simply Emily, respectful. Susie Easton, support. Ron in the Troll Slayer just puts a money bag. It's not a great one. Alex agrees with compassion. Chris says selflessness. I just thought that, I think that vulnerability is such an interesting number one characteristic that you're looking for. Because I feel like sometimes people are not able to, you would think with her maturity that she does know what she wants. So I'm not saying she doesn't, but I feel like sometimes people aren't able to identify what they're looking for in somebody, and they think they want something. Like you think you want somebody who's vulnerable. It's the most important thing to you until you have it. And I don't know about that. Tim Bake, good one, says connection. Yeah, that's important. Loyal feels like a given in a relationship, but I suppose that isn't true in all cases. Mark, totally not true. Think of it, 50% of marriages in this country end in divorce. I'm not saying all of those are because of loyalty, but I'm sure a lot of them. It seems like definitely a lot of them. Chris Hall in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Has Snyder ever played Dangerous Dan Murrell? I'd like to see that match. Yeah, not since I've managed him, but I'd like to say, let's see, Snyder, Dan Murrell. Somebody in here let me know. One-on-one, maybe not. Interesting. We'll see if somebody says yes, but it looks like maybe not. Going back to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Stone Fanboy says, love when you either talk fun or serious topics. Might be hard, but we need these talks. Keep up the good work. Brighten the chat up. Still wishing for you to get frozen in carbonite in Star Wars like in the new comic. That's my frozen in carbonite face. Hopefully that works for you guys. Again, don't forget streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar or right here in the super chat. Thank you to my amazing moderator, Jake Yacovetta, for continuing. Jesus, talk rocks. To remind people about the Streamlabs and about thumbs up, subscribing, over 120 people watching live, 94 thumbs up. Let's get those thumbs going. I just scrolled up and saw Don Slater said Rocco will write in himself during the president thing. That's fucking funny. Jake is the man. Totally agree, Chris. He is absolutely the man. But I wish this new Bachelorette luck. I hope she's great. And we'll see. We'll see. This season doesn't give me a lot of faith in like these TV shows, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I keep hearing he's not gonna end up with anybody, but I don't know if that's true. I guess we'll see. I guess we will see. We are gonna get out of here in like 5 to 10 minutes, so don't forget also $10 and up. You can pick a voice you want it to be read in, also, or you could pick me to rap for you. So there's that. V Bean says thoughts on Gossip Girl reboot cast. I did see this. They cast 5 main people. I think that Gossip Girl was so magical that I don't know how you really recreate it. It almost just seems like a completely new show. And I knew some of these cast members, but nothing that got me like stoked. Let's see. There's Emily Allen Lind, who's from Code Black and Revenge. Whitney Peak from Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which I don't watch. Eli Brown from Pretty Little Liars and The Perfectionist. Jonathan Fernandez from Lethal Weapon. And a Broadway vet, Jason Gotay. I don't know. I'm excited about this because I love Gossip Girl, but like I don't actually have very, very strong opinions on this reboot. It will be what it will be. MSN admin Ben says, "Hey Roxy, what did you think of Supergirl 100? I really liked it actually. I still can't say the name. Mr. Lixiplex. Mixelixiplex. You guys know who I'm talking about. But I thought it was good. That was last week, right? Or was last night 100? Because if last night was 100, I didn't see it, but I thought it was last week. As we went back in time, and did all of those possible events. That was really cool. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I'm going over to Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Lloyd Nance didn't say anything. He just sent some love. I appreciate it, Lloyd. My very first super chatter ever. So Lloyd, you're the shit. Faraz Mathana says, Roxy, I just want to tell you you're amazing, thoughtful, and strong. And are you still doing the Tomorrow Show with Kevin? So I need to tweet from that account and let everybody know. We are still doing the show. We're just on hiatus as we are writing AfterBuzz's first scripted series, which I'm really, really excited about. You guys know I came out here to be an actress. It is starring me. And I'm stoked on it. And we are 4 episodes deep into the writing process, and I'm going to just continue to work on it. And yeah, I'm so excited for you guys to see it. Hopefully by the end of the year, you'll be able to see something. But yeah, definitely, definitely excited. For the Bat T says, that's terrible. I hope your family are well now. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about the Grammy and Papa situation? I don't know. I don't know. But if you are talking about the Grammy and Papa situation, I'll tell you guys that I have not done anything or taken any action because Grammy and I got in a massive fight over me trying to do a police report over what happened. She was livid with me. She says she just doesn't want to deal with it, and what's done is done, and she's already very embarrassed, and she doesn't want to talk about it. She won't give me the information required for the police report because I need some bank statements, and I can't do without it. And we have been fighting and fighting about it, and I don't want to continue fighting. I just want this woman to never do what she did again. Told you guys after I got the locks changed there, she was really fucking, Grandma was pissed about that. Yeah, Wes and I are embarrassed because there's zero reason to be, but she's like, I let somebody into my home and my house, and I hate feeling needy, and now you're having to go do all this, and I forbid it. We got into like a legit argument about it. Just fucking sucks. This woman is like, not my grandmother, the woman that stole everything. If I ever see her, I think I'll spit on her feet, or like kick her. Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. He said, hey Roxy, you may have said it already, but PC said she sent in a Streamlabs too. Either way, looking forward to seeing you. He said, either way, looking forward to seeing you on SEN Live tomorrow. She sent in a Streamlabs. Yeah, I read PC's Streamlabs Outlaw. Oh no, I missed this. I'm so sorry. PC sent in 2 Streamlabs. I missed one of them. This one says Outlaw on Chill to Action tonight. When are you going to be on? Depends when they ask me. And also, I'm still bitter about that poll, but we'll see. That's great that Outlaw's going on tonight, though. That's exciting. Thank you, Glenn, for noticing that I missed PC's second Streamlabs. Thank you. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. I'll be back tomorrow. This week, what does this week look like for me? Tomorrow, I'm on SEN in the morning, and then I will be doing this in the afternoon. Wednesday, I will be doing in the morning time Screen Junkies, and then I'll come here and stream, and then I'll go do acting class weekly, and then I'll do my writer session instead of doing the tomorrow show. And then I have that shoot that I was supposed to do today with Steph and Darina and Cam. We'll be doing that Wednesday night. Thursday, you guys can find me streaming here again, and then Friday I will do Screen Junkies, then DC Movie News, and then I'll be back on Sunday here streaming. If that helps you guys at all know my schedule. And we are going to get out of here in the next couple of minutes. So don't forget to get those thumbs up. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Any final questions you guys have for me today? Tomorrow will be a more structured show. And let me know who you guys want on. Again, John Roca, I'm definitely going to talk about coming on. Mark Riley said he would come on this week, so I can ask him. Maybe he can come tomorrow, actually. I'll see with Mark Riley if he can do that. If not tomorrow, then maybe he can come Thursday. If you want to see Ben Goddard on here, I know Steph and Darina are both coming on next week again. I know you guys liked having them. Chris says Mark Ellis. Absolutely. I have to ask Ellis. But he will come on. RB3 says Chris Hall. I would love to have RB3 on here. Kingsport Cal says Darina. Yeah, she's coming. Glenn Caesar. Joe Starr sometimes. Yes, he says he can come on Sundays, so I'm going to get him to come here on a Sunday. Mark Long says Susie Easton. That'd be amazing. I don't know if he lives here anymore. Thoral says Frank Janish. I should do that now that he's out here. Cody, Emma said that'd be amazing. He's still over at Clyde, though, so he works during the days. Dan and Mara. Yeah, for sure. I would love to have them on. All of these are great suggestions. Let me know. Brad Gilmore. Chrissy doesn't live here, but I would. Brad Gilmore told me the craziest stories that I'll tell you guys about at a different time, but I love him. He's so awesome. Matthew Gold says Brown, Ashley Daniels. Yes, yes. Jeff Snyder and Andraco, says Garth. Yes to all this. Yes, 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 yes. Agreed. I absolutely will. Great suggestions. Love having them. Continue to let me know in the comments if you're watching after the fact who you want to see. And I'll text Riley right when I get off the phone about this. Chris says, did he tell you at Elbow Room? Yes. Yes, we were talking for a while at Elbow Room. And thank you for complimenting my hair. I just spent a lot of money on it. Less than usual, as I don't have enough. But I need to be booking, and right now I have to look like my headshots, and I am blonder, so instead of taking new headshots, I had to go blonde again. Fernandez says, Weston Ira, that would be wild. I would love to have him on. Stacey Howard, Manny, good call. Those wings we had were hot. Chris, I didn't have any wings. Alright. Interesting. I'm rubbing my eye so hard, I don't know why. Alright, we're gonna get out of here. So, last call for thumbs up for Super Chat and for Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. And shout outs, goodbye. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't, but I try to do it as often as I can. To anybody in here who would like a goodbye, just let me know and I will give you a shout out on the way out because you guys are so amazing for joining me. I like to do a little something for everybody. So goodbye to Don Stiletto, to Andrew214, Therrell Unfiction, Dan Layson, Darren Batten, Ryan Kramer, Alex 18 Ace, Eric Stevenson, J-Dog, Glenn Caesar, Susie Easton, Chris Hall, NFL Caleb 22, Thunder God Cairo 770, Manny Gonzalez, Andrew 214, Weston Ira, Simply Emily, Navjot Holly, Sean Quinn, Fernando Sari, Greg, MSN Admin Ben, Chris Hall, Faraz Muthana, Jenny Lawson, Garth McMurray, Pro Chap PG, Matthew Gold, Emmanuel Akinola, Dan Layson, Glenn Caesar, Pro Chap. Oh, repeats. Don't forget, if you're watching after the fact, Streamlabs is available at anytime, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar if you want to support me. Patreon.com/Roxy Striar also. And Paul Denuzio, he's saying, what's up? Sorry, I missed it. We're leaving right now, Paul. John Mariano, Ryan DG, Dark Knight 1998. Paul tried to help me with something this week, and I was just in such a foul mood, and I was being so bitchy that I was like so upset and frustrated. I was like, Paul, I can't do this right now. So shout out to Paul, who tries to help me even when I'm being bitchy. Good night, mods. Totally, to all the mods. SEN Live tomorrow. Yes, Chris, I will be there. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. No, they didn't ask me on backstage tomorrow, Chris. Yes, and Jake Yacovetto wants to remind everybody not to forget that John Roca's live streaming about the Atlanta Schmodown in about 30 minutes. He'll be on Chill to Action, Call to Action channel tonight. Alright, word. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you for your support, and we'll talk soon.